season. Just like another season, not for long, just a time. Just like another season. Maybe this time next year you're in.
YouTube, what's up guys? Hey, hope everyone's having a great day. We are back on my Toyota Celica GTS 2004 Tsunami Edition. With this car, we're gonna be installing a front lip. So overall, most Toyotas, most of them look really aggressive on the rear if you have an action package or some kind of body kit, and on the side. So the side skirts and then the rear bumper lip extension or the rear bumper, they usually look low to the ground, very aesthetic, very good looking. Now on the front, they don't. The TRD Toyota Racing Development from factory comes with a really aggressive front bumper, but it's extremely high compared to the side skirts and the rear bumper. And I think they did this so that people weren't wrecking into things, and with the normal ride height, they wouldn't hit curbs or damage it for the normal consumer. So this is a great way to preserve the longevity of the bumper by not wrecking it. And then you could get like a wings west on the non-TRD ones, and it made it look lower. Or you could do the Tsunami kit like on mine, and it does look good, but it does not look low. So none of them really look low on the front. If you actually look at the whole car, everything on it looks lower to the ground on the ground effects besides the front bumper. And I think that Toyota just did this to preserve it so that you didn't damage the bumpers. On my last car that I just had, my red 03 GTS, I had a C1 is the brand front lip that was made out of polyurethane, and then I had it painted. Oh man, that looks good. So that's just what it is. I just absolutely love this. That looks so good. So the head, and it was extremely low to the ground, to be honest. It was the lowest one that I've ever had to the ground. I had the car on coilovers, Raceland coilovers, but that front bumper was so low and it wanted to scrape on everything. It looked really good. I think this is gonna be the happy medium. So I'll show you guys what I got. I'm gonna unbox it and we'll go out to Alright, so here's the lip. It's pretty cool. It's a little bit thinner than I thought, but I think it's gonna look really good. Let's go ahead and see how it's gonna look. So right away I can tell, I think it's too long. So here's a better angle for you guys to see. So look, if we wanted to come up flush against it, it's gonna, that's a good look though, but it would hit on this tire probably. See that? So I'm gonna have to cut some of this off, but I think this is gonna be a good fit. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna measure it up real quick. I'm gonna grab a box to set up against. Here's a cool little trick. If you don't have like a box that fits perfectly underneath there, you can grab, well first off, grab a microfiber from my website so you don't scratch it. But then you can also use your jack and slightly jack it up. Now don't get too much pressure on it, but good enough so that you can get where you wanna measure it, to have a good fitment right here. So we're gonna have a nice fitment like right here. We might come over to my side a little bit, and you can go left and right that way to make sure that you get the right fitment length out. And then you can actually, once you get the fitment that you want on both sides, you can grab a screw. Now this one didn't come with screws, but most people have screws lying around. If not, you can go buy some black ones. I definitely recommend black ones. You get the right mounting for the black ones. So I went and looked, unfortunately I don't have any black ones, but I do have self-tapping screws. So there's a little thing that taps itself in there. So these are gonna be used with a power drill. So those are what I'm gonna use. Unfortunately, I don't have the black ones. I know you can get black ones of these. I do recommend black, they look better. The other thing is, I thought it might be a good idea maybe in the future, and on another video, I might wrap that, because it's like a unpolished plastic, which kind of looks like what my Evo is, but it would look really, really good if it was all black. Okay, so I did one screw on this side, and then one screw on this side. I think it actually looks really, really good. Look at that. Perfect. So it's just hanging up on one side on this side and then one side on the other. So I think I will continue to do another one. Again, I think it would have looked a lot better if this lip spoiler was wrapped in that gloss black. So I think I might do that. wrap soon. But at least we have the mounting spots for those two. So now I got 6 screws in total. I'm gonna do 2 more in the middle and 2 more on the sides. I think that should be pretty sturdy. I might even do 8 in total. I know on my Evo I have 10 screws that hold that in, but the Evo goes a little bit faster than the GTS. But this looks really, really good. So let me go ahead and move the jack out of the way and continue screwing the self-tapping screw. Okay, so I currently have 6 screws, self-tapping screws holding it in. I am gonna put another set in there. I really want it to be tight. I think it looks pretty clean in my opinion. Very good alignment. I'll show you guys when I do the edit. But the next thing is, as I mentioned earlier, if you use this one, it's a universal one, so it's gonna be oversized. Look right there. So we're gonna have to use I have a cutter blade. I'm gonna use a cutter blade. I'm gonna cut that off. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so I came in here with the cutter wheel and cut that off. I think it looks pretty good right there. So I'm gonna actually sand it now, but I think that's a pretty good cut. It's crisp. This bumper already have some scuff, some love marks. So the reason that I want to put more screws in, self-tapping screws, you guys can see those up there, is because there's a little bit of a gap between here and here. Right there, so if the more you have up there, the tighter it'll be, and it'll be flush, and there'll be no gap in there. But boy, that was starting to, look at this angle of the Celica, it looks really. So I just got done filming that whole install. It looks really good. This is all the black screws. It came with it. I left it in my garage. Oh my gosh. So this link that I'll link down below, it does come with black screws. Pretty cool. Universal lip. I think it's gonna look really good. Let's go ahead and jump into the intro of the edit right now. My gosh, look at that. That is awesome. This car is really, really becoming one of my favorites. That front end was the least aggressive part of the car. Now, if you come, look at that. That is so aggressive. This part right here, the lower mid blade, where it kind of comes in a little bit and then it meets the wrap that I just did with the lower lip, that right there, if you get it with the darker lighting, is so dang aggressive. And then the other thing it kind of looks like it looks at it is that tsunami hood scoop, as well with the little nose in the front bumper. That looks so good. And then of course my side markers from MITCHDORE.COMHOW. That right there is so aggressive. And then, oh my gosh, just all of it together. So the side marker with the little, from the the tsunami intake, you know, it's plastic. And then now with this lower lip here, wow, 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 wow. And then the fog light's all, the fog light is blacked out. I think that just looks insane. Oh my gosh. So I think I've done a really, really good job with the front end of this. Also look at the ride height. The ride height is pretty attractive right now. I think that looks pretty good. It's not even 2 fingers. So, and then the red brake caliper with the new wheels, the black lug nuts. Guys, this car is extremely special. Yeah, I think it looks like it's worth a lot of money now. That extra little spoiler brought the front end down so much closer to the ground. Look at that. Do you guys see that? How it brought it so much closer to the ground right there. That looks so good. If you come over right here, kind of this angle, it kind of almost makes the side skirt almost equal level. And that was one of the things that I was trying to do right there. If you look at right there, that angle, that looks perfect. Very aggressive. Right there, that is awesome. I love it. Wow. So you can do this pretty much, this will probably fit on any bumper for the Celica because it's measured the right. But I want one more thing I gotta show you guys. Look how good of a fitment this is. Do you guys see that? It's perfect. It's like flush. It's perfectly flush. It's awesome. I'm gonna look at the other side again too. Perfect, just absolutely flush. So I think I did a really good job with aligning it. It could have come out a little bit more towards us, but the last thing when I looked at it is that I didn't want the lower part of the lip coming out too much further than the nose of the car. I kind of wanted them almost like OEM, and I think I did a pretty darn good job. It could have come out, I mean, just slightly a little bit further on the lower end. So maybe you'll want to do yours a little bit. Or if I decide to drill new holes, or at that point you can't do it. It's kind of like a one and done thing. But I think it looks really, really good. So make sure to hit the like button, guys. I really appreciate it when you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. We're gonna hit 20,000 subscribers. Crazy. Thank you guys, appreciate it. But yeah, I think that this Celica has really, really come together. There's just so much beautiful on it. I might even do another mod list video because I've done so many modifications in this. People do like one mod like every month. I've done like at least 50 mods on this thing and about 50 more to come. So I've done a lot of modifications to it, and I think that this car has become so much prettier and aesthetic and beautiful looking compared to it was when I picked it up with those chrome wheels. Oh my gosh. I do still have my tsunami spoiler, so I am thinking about maybe putting that back on for a weekend and kind of getting some photos with it. But wow, I absolutely love the rear end of the car just as much as I love the front end. And then the one other thing that you guys said is I asked if I should paint these wheels black, and you guys said no, leave them. So I'm gonna leave them. You guys can comment on that post that I did on YouTube, but I also did on my Instagram, and you guys pretty much said over 400 people voted, and they said to leave them the color they are. So I just don't think I'll paint them. The car looks really, really good. The next things I do want to do is wrap the roof. We're gonna do this. I'd like to do this in black. I think that'd look really good. And TRD fuel door hopefully soon, and then cold air intake from my website. I'll show you guys how to do that one. And then maybe a transmission fluid change, maybe some new spark plugs, and then maybe I want to take it back to the dyno and see if it produces more horsepower than what it did as is. But man, this car's getting closer to becoming complete. Wow, so beautiful. Yeah, comment down below if you guys have any questions on the help of if you're going to do this in the house, how to. But make sure to like, subscribe, guys. I'll see you on the next video.